Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and this video right here is an astrological reading, intro, I guess. Yeah, we'll set it up, do the intro as well, for Darrell Brooks Jr. Everybody cool? This is the guy who, I think a couple of years ago, he drove into a bunch of people in a Christmas parade. And I'm going to keep it loose. I don't really check up on the stuff. Actually, SLC sent me a message. She was really curious about this guy. She's likes to follow trials, and she's following this guy's stuff. So she asked me a question. I think she wanted to know if this guy was going to get life, get life, or get fried, or see what's going on. All right, neither here nor there. Let's get down to it. Anyways, check it out. So let me start the. All right, let's get a lot of blah blah blah. Whatever. Okay, here we go. Here's this chart. All right, if anyone wants a private reading, just hit the PayPal link in the description box below and set it up. If you're interested in this stuff, I do it live as well. All right, so here we go. Darrell Brooks Jr. So this is this guy's chart. So I don't have his birth time. So whoops. All right, check this out. So I have his birthday at February 2nd, 1982. And I have him born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so I don't have his birth time. So I set it at sunrise, because the way we do astrology a little bit differently here on the sunny side from other people. I don't know, whatever. So when I don't have the birth time, sometimes I set it at noon, depending on what I'm looking for. Oftentimes I set it at sunrise, and we do it. You'll see. All right, whatever, man. If you want more information, I do teach a class. You can check that out. Okay, here we go. So on this day, so February 2nd, 1982, so Darrell is in Aquarius. And as we sweep around, so we don't, just to let you guys know, because we don't have his birth time, we don't know exactly where his moon is. Because I set it at sunrise, it's at 7 a.m., his moon could be anywhere from about here all the way over to about there. So he could be, like in this particular chart, it looks like his moon could be void, right? Although I doubt that. I doubt that, because a void moon would mean someone who's going to go wishy-washy through life. And he very clearly created a stir, let's say. He very clearly had his moon puffed up somehow. So I wouldn't say that. But then but it is possible that his moon's actually, instead of Taurus, that it's possible he was born later in the day and his moon's actually in Gemini, which would change certain things. So you got to keep it, just got to just watch out, just to let you guys know. Anyways, let's check it out. I'll start digging into certain things here. So once again, because of his moon, I don't necessarily know if it's in Taurus or if it's in Gemini, let's say, but I do know that it's going to be right there. And that is going to indicate possible jail time for this guy in life. But it's a lot more than that. It's really fun. Like, this guy has a lot of crazy stuff in his chart. There are other things that, see, I don't have his birth time, so I'm not entirely sure on how the moon works out. But in that particular part of the chart, that would indicate problems with brothers and sisters, if he has any. He's going to run hot, cold in certain situations. His speaking is going to run hot, cold, like he's going to keep some things to himself, or he'll blurt a bunch of stuff out. This guy, this is not even the interesting thing in his chart. So then when we go, so I also think, right, so that would indicate problems, a little bit of jail time, let's say, or in and out of jail, not necessarily, but possibly. And then when you combine other stuff, there is jail time in his chart. And I do think he's probably a Leo rising. And so I'm just telling you guys, establishing what I think would be the rising sign of his chart, or where certain things are going to be in his chart. Because it's not, this particular chart we're looking at is kind of loose, because we don't know his birth time. We don't know everything about where he's coming from. So I'm just pointing out some of the things in the chart that are up in the air for you guys. Because if we were to just go at it right now, we would say, oh, look at this blue line, or look at this, his Mars is trine his Venus. How can it be? I mean, his moon is trine Venus. This is a very loving and caring and artistically romantic guy. What are you doing, Sonny? This is not like that. Or his, or maybe his moon, is deep in Taurus. And you'd be like, wow, that guy should be slow and steady and take his time and very earthy and tangible, right? Which he may in fact be, depending again on when he was born. But neither here nor there. Just throwing you guys that you just can't look at the chart and say, oh, blah blah blah. You gotta understand what's there and what's not there, and then see how the energy moves through the day, right? Through his action and through the day. There's a monitor over here, by the way, guys. So, whoa, okay. Here we go. A little bit more astrology. Let's get down to some more astrology. So I think his rising sign is actually Leo, right? I think this chart, although I set it at sunrise, I'm kind of guessing the guy was probably born around sunset. And I think his rising was probably Leo. And neither here nor there. But a Leo rising would be a very look at me kind of guy. so that would be it. Or I want to do things my way, or I want to be the best, or Leo risings are always going to be seeking attention, and they're always going to try and shine. Leo risings are probably going to have really nice hair, or their hair is going to be a very important part of their persona. They're always going to do their best to not necessarily look good like how other people would look good, but Leo risings are going to want to make an appearance everywhere they go, and they are going to want to be the center of attention wherever they go or whatever they do. They make things known. Whatever your astrological sun sign is, if your rising sign is a Leo rising, you're going to want to be the center of attention. But that's not why I'm just describing what a Leo rising is to you guys. I don't know if this guy wants to be the center of attention everywhere he goes, because I really don't. But I do think as a Leo rising, that's going to put this stuff right there. And that little stellium that he has in Libra would absolutely indicate jail time. It would indicate jail time, massively argumentative, extremely frustrated, very serious problems with communication, and it's going to lead to problems with, of all things, car accidents, like seriously car accidents. So that's a possibility, that he's a possible Leo rising, and that in his chart alone is going to lead to traffic accidents. But there's something else. Say he's not a Leo rising. This is not a lesson on this, right? But I guess it's kind of turning it into one. Say he's not and I'll get back to some other stuff. Say he's not a Leo rising, but then he's actually a Libra rising. If that put this stellium in his first house as a Libra rising, that also indicates jail time. That indicates someone who might have a scar on their face, someone who injured their head, someone who suffers nosebleeds and migraines, someone who has, very argumentative at times. It's also someone that people pick on a lot. Now, if that was, it's all, these people, so that situation there as a Libra rising, he would feel a conflict within him between freedom and expression and being very competitive, and at the same time repressed and holding himself back. And it's a tricky part, but those people tend to go to jail as well. But that's another possibility, because that would indicate that this Uranus over here is going to lead to unexpected stuff, unexpected occurrences with regards to transportation and moving around and stuff. So, which is, again, some interesting stuff that you might be looking at. There's also another possibility, we'll say one more possibility of his rising sign, and then I'll just go on and read the chart the way it is. To let you know, you can read the chart without the rising sign, obviously. You can do a relationship compatibility without the rising sign. But it's read differently. So it's better to have, so if you come to someone like me, it's better to say that you don't know the rising sign, and rather than having the incorrect rising sign, a birth time, so to speak. Just a heads up on that when you're going around looking for your readings. All right, let's do it. Let's check out this guy. Let's see what's going on with Darrell. So that was some fun stuff with that. Okay, so this guy has an interesting scene going on in his life. So straight up, he has communication problems. He has love problems. He gets into stuff behind the scenes. He gets into secretive relationships. He's always communicating. Is it ineffective communication? He might have a learning disability, possible mental problems, possible suicide in this chart. Um, very strongly possible mental problems in this chart, like very seriously. He might have eye problems, right? Like he might have vision problems, let's say. Seriously, he might have vision problems. Definitely, he's going to have relationship problems. I do see cheating in relationships and possible divorce in this chart. Almost definitely, almost definitely cheating in relationship. Almost definitely divorce in this particular. It's like seriously, man, he's going to have problems with. He's going to have girl problems in life. That's too bad. He's also going to have money problems. He's going to have big, big, big money problems in this lifetime. So again, we don't know the birth time, so we can't say, oh, look, second house kind of thing. But we do know Venus is where he attracts his money. And people with Venus rising, they tend to have relationship problems. I'm sorry, not Venus rising, Venus retrograde. I apologize. I'm going to misspeak a couple of times. Those who have Venus retrograde, especially in the 12th house, cheating in relationships, secret relationships. But the retrograde, because we're talking about money, it's going to cause problems with the money. Like you're supposed to get paid, but you don't get paid. And that's the deal, man. So just that alone. Anyways, when we cruise it around to the other side and we look at all of this action up here, like you guys already know that Mars doesn't like it in Libra, right? But Saturn loves it in Libra. So they kind of cancel each other out a little bit, anyways, neither here nor there. So this part of the chart up here, when you look at it like this is going to attract a lot of death into his life. Sorry, let's go back. We're talking about money. So he's going to have money problems. So the Venus is retrograde is going to cause money problems. We don't really know where his second house is. That's going to cause money problems. The moon, these are just some of the things we look at for money. The moon, as it's crossing over here, if the moon actually is in Gemini, like moon Taurus is pretty good for money, but Gemini moon, that's going to lead to sexual situations where the guy might be, like there's some, before we move on, like, okay, just another thing, money problems up here, okay, whatever. So, but this guy, this moon, if it's actually in Gemini, let's say he's born later in the day, this guy's going to have, his sexuality might be in question. Like this guy might be, like he's a little bit loose in the zipper. He's probably sexually, like I would imagine he might be a little bit sexually fluid, so to speak, or gender fluid, whatever you guys might want to say, rainbow friendly, we say on TheSunnySide, whatever the guys, man. And so, and that's what I think. That's what I think. I don't know if that's a problem with him, given the love problem and the communication problems, but that's definitely a thing with him. All right, so there you go. Just a heads up on all of that. And I don't think it's a problem because all of that, seriously, all of that, believe it or not, creates these harmonious aspects there. So it's not really, that's kind of problem. Like he's probably made peace with it unless something came along to disrupt that internal harmony that he had, even though he's completely effed up, right? Okay, so whatever, just reminding you guys we're dealing with a mental case here. Okay, guys got clear mental problems. So okay, enough of that moon thing in sexual situations. So just like this, it's a little bit of money, this a little bit of money, this a little bit of money. Moving into here, the moon over into there can be a little bit on the gender fluid side of things, being sexually curious. And then over here, this is extremely sexy curious, so this is going to lead to some difficult situations in life, like death by fire, perhaps, just to let you guys know, death by fire, kidney problems per se, the body temperature is too hot, right? So things like that is it's going to, that kind of situation is wind problems, right? Not wind, sorry, not wind, cold. So he's going to have problems with cold, and heat. Well, I told you guys, this is a frustrating situation for a person, right? The Saturn is cold and the Mars can be hot, right? So he's going to cause problems with the guy. All right, whatever, let's move on. But Saturn likes it in the Libra there, but Saturn is retrograde. So that is going to cause sexual problem. The guy's going to have sexual problems. The guy's going to have money problems. There's always going to be some kind of drain on his resources. But I think what you guys really want to know is that actually causes death. So when you see that in a chart, in that kind of distance from the sun, so to speak, it's going to lead to a lot of death, whether he attracts death. Like if it's Venus, you're going to be attracting death. But as Mars, you kind of go out and instigate things. So, but it's not just Mars alone, right? He has this Saturn there, which is restricting movement as well. So I would expect, and depending on where it falls in the chart, like the house, I would expect serious problems in that situation. Like it's not like that alone. Like Pluto is there as well. Is everyone who's born on this day going to have this particular problem? Is everyone born on this day going to jump in a car and go drive over people? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Say you live in a place with no cars. Obviously, you can't do it. What does it mean? You're going to get on a horse and go trample people? Maybe. Actually, maybe. Maybe. Seriously. Or you're going to crash an airplane or something. No, it doesn't really work like that. You have to succumb to... He had to have succumbed some other pressures in his life. This guy has... This here that alone can lead to mental problems. Okay, that alone... Seriously. This moon situation, depending on where it is, it can lead to a personality that's a little bit lazy, a little bit disconnected from what he's trying to do in his lifetime. You know, it's not always the easiest situation. This chart is a little bit deceptive on the way it looks, but he has some problems in his chart. Let's continue to look around, look at a little deeper into his chart. So we know that's a problem. We know that's a problem. And look at all this red. Oh, no. It's like one of those old math tests that you get back from school. More lead than red. No, wait. More red than lead. Whatever. I'm not a serial mathematician. Okay, so whatever. Anyways, this purple stuff is Capricorn, and this light blue stuff is Libra. And these guys are at odds with each other. These two zodiac signs tend to be at odds with each other astrologically. Libra likes a bit of togetherness, and they're willing to go the extra mile to make the other side be cool. Capricorn's not. And that's just the way it is. So that's just the way it is. And so this is what's going on here. And that's all of these planets are at odds with each other very seriously. So anyways, that's not really the point. The point that I'm trying to say is, what does it mean for the guy, right? What does it mean for you guys if you have this in your chart? Okay, well, this here, once again, this is extremely frustrating for a person, wherever it falls in your chart. If indeed he is a Leo rising, he's going to be extremely frustrated with his communication. He's going to feel like people don't listen to him. He's going to be very aggressive, right? This stuff is in Aquarius, so he might come across as aloof and arrogant, like he knows everything. But again, the way he communicates is effed up, and there's no way around it. Anyways, this kind of situation is very frustrating. All right, and here some very serious practical stuff. So when Venus squares Saturn like that, or when Venus squares Saturn like that, or like when this kind of stuff squares the nodes, right? When that kind of stuff squares the nodes, I'll tell you, this is one of when this, a stellium like that, guys, like seriously, squares the nodes like this, see, this brings in this side, and this little square that's happening, this energy, in a natal chart, it's really tough, right? There's a lot of restricted, like he's going to feel in life, like whatever his destiny is, how he wants to push his energy, he's going to feel restricted. He's going to, like alone, any one of those planets, Mars, Saturn, or Pluto, all by itself, was going to cause problems in life. Like the Mars is, he's going to do all these detours in life, and he's going to feel like his dreams, his reality, what he's trying to accomplish is not happening. And he's not going to like it, man. But he's going to keep pushing it. And he has very hidden violent tendencies, but they are hidden. And so I would imagine that if you saw this guy, like this guy easily could have worked in, like he could have gone into business. He easily could have gone into communication. Like he easily could have had been very popular on social media if he wanted to do that kind of thing. Um, and he could not have easily had a lot of friends. That's the thing. I don't think this guy had a lot of friends. I don't know that he was very popular, but I do think he likes being the center of attention a lot. I do think he had mental problems. I really do. He definitely has communication problems. He has love problems. He has money problems. And, I wouldn't be surprised if one of his brothers or sister died when he was young. I just wouldn't be surprised about that. I wouldn't be surprised about if I wouldn't be surprised if his father wasn't his real father. And I wouldn't be surprised if his father wasn't his real father. I wouldn't be surprised if one of his brothers or sister died when he was young. I wouldn't be surprised if he was popular on social media before all of this happened. I don't really know. I wouldn't, again, there's some other stuff in this, just looking at the charts. I wouldn't be surprised if his parents, I wouldn't be surprised. There's possibility, if he is, there's possibility for accidental pregnancies in this chart, like he accidentally got someone pregnant. Or there's another possibility that there were problems as a child, like he was moving around as a child quite a bit, or he had an unusual type of marriage, parent arrangement or living arrangement as a kid. This is a pretty messed up chart. Again, does everyone at this kind of like born on this day go through all of this? Not at all, not even remotely. We had to talk. It's just not how it works. It's just not how it works. Not even, just not how it works. All right, next. All right, let's see the transits. So here's so we've been cruising along. Wow, 22 minutes. Oh my God. These are so long. Usually, oh no, what do I do with that? Usually I do a tarot reading mixed in with this thing, but let's get to, SLC wanted to know if he was going to, he's going to jail. I could just look at it. I don't even need to look at the transits, right? I could just tell you guys right now, this guy's going to jail. But give me one sec. This was the day. Here, let me show you guys something before we move on. So I did pull up the day. This is the day of the event, November 21st. And we were thinking, okay, whatever, Sunny, check out the day. But guys, it's not that simple, because it's not necessarily that simple. It seems like it's that simple, but it's not. And this is getting back to why not everybody, you can't just be mental. You can't just be suicidal. You can't just be psychotic. You can't just be a narcissist. You can't just be a gun freak. You can't. It's like you need more. You need opportunity as well. Kyle Rittenhouse wouldn't have been Kyle Rittenhouse. He wouldn't have done that unless he had the opportunity. He had to go there and do it. So just like all the other guys, you have to have the opportunity or you're not going to go do it. And so that's just the way it is. And so what I'm saying is, so I've just spoken of an event, but what I'm talking about is the day. If there's no parade on this day, you can't, you're not going to do it. So you're going to have to wait, right? And maybe the timing has passed. Maybe the transits have passed. But you're still, because you're still messed up, you just decide to go through with it. Just saying. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is sometimes the transits happen at a little bit weird times. Just saying. All right, so here we go. Whoops. First thing you want to look at, and we'll just look at it really quickly. Pluto is coming in right here. Pluto at 24 degrees, just like I showed you on the other chart. That little Capricorn, this little Libra. This is a problem. This is that square acting out. And once again, if Pluto was making an aspect to any one of these planets, it would be a problem. But he's making an aspect to the combined power of whatever, man. But it really is. And it's not like Pluto's just squaring those guys, causing problems, a situation like that. It's not really the point. It's this complete energy right there, right? It's so there are a couple of complete energies. So this kind of thing right there creates a bit of an energy pattern, let's say. And this right here is one of the little doorways into this energy pattern, so to speak. And it's activating it. And it's Pluto that's activating, and Pluto causes, of all things, death, death and transformation. And so as death and change, painful change. And that death and painful change is entering into this energy that's in the guy's chart already, kind of waiting for a time to be unlocked, which is sort of what's happening. And that's what happened. Okay, so that's one of the things. So then we go and look and see other things. This planet right here is also at 24 degrees, and this planet right here is trying to find another door into this energy, right, at 24 degrees. What else is going on? The moon, we don't know what's going on with the moon. So those are two big things that's happening. Mercury, right? Mercury right here is trying to find a way in as well. So that's what's going on. Now on the inside, he has a bunch of stuff at 24 degrees, right around that aspect, you'll see. So these are planets trying to get into his thing, right? Trying to get into that extremely tense aspect that he has. And it seems to be, it appears as if they did a very good job. What else is going on? For something this mental, something like that, it's going to have to be extremely frustrating, and he's going to have to act upon it. And it's going to be big. And here we go. It's Jupiter that makes it big. Is there anything else? Well, this 26 is part of it, but neither here nor there. I mean, Jupiter, no, I wouldn't. Maybe not. So that's the deal, guys. So that's the deal. Uranus at 12 degrees. So if indeed, 12 degrees this here, right? That's a big problem. Unexpected behavior. This is making a very negative aspect to the sun. There you go. So 12 degrees, there you go. Well, there you go, guys. Anyways, that's just a quick little breakdown of his chart astrologically. Let's pull up some cards and see what's going on with the cards. I'm a little blah blah all over the place. I'm thinking I'm making another boring video, but whatever. SLC wanted it, so. Oh, there we go. All right, I'll do my own hair later. Oh my God, 27 minutes. Oh, wow. What a waste of video. Well, if you guys like it, you guys like it. Whatever. If you want a personal reading, this is how I do them. Hit the PayPal link in the description box. Whatever. Anyways, this guy's clearly a dick. What you should have asked me to do, if you guys want, you should ask me to analyze this guy's chart with his girlfriend's chart and see if he's always trying to control her or see what's going on. Because if she has any Capricorn energy, she probably has some type of earth energy in her for those guys to have got along like that, for those guys have been together. She might be, maybe she's like an Aries. Maybe she's an Aries. Maybe she's in Aries and the Aries is, causing some problems. Or maybe she's something like that to think about. Or maybe she's a bit of a we'll see. Maybe she's a Scorpio. So we'll see what the deal. Anyways, that would be an interesting one to look at. All right, let's look at his cards quickly and then we'll get out of here. Holy smokes. I could have probably done the horoscopes instead. So, oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's pull it up. First up, we have 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is what's going on with him right now, okay? 5 of Wands. All right, so 5 of Wands. I should make a separate video for this, right? This 20 minutes, too long, an hour of it, whatever. 5 of Wands, pull it up, Sonny. Well, I already made a thumbnail, man. So, hey, for those who don't know, we do a lot of psychic stuff on this channel. And like we just do. Check out some of the shorts. That's us practicing guessing the cards. We're really good at it. Anyways, whatever. Whatever. I know I'm sitting in front of it. Whatever. The rest of the cards are coming. Okay, 5 Wands, everybody's running around right now doing their own thing. There's a bit of chaos. Everyone is trying to get to where they're getting to, but it's probably a little chaotic and disruptive right now. Then we have the Nine of Wands. This guy does have a little bit of a fight that he's going through. He's not finished yet. There's some kind of, or the trial is not finished yet. This actually looks like it's a reading for the trial. So anyways, the Nine of Wands indicates some unfinished business. So there's a lot of running around, a lot of not adhering to the rules, right? A lot of doing whatever the hell you want to do, but it's not just him. Everybody's doing whatever the hell they want to do. The Nine of Wands, there's a bit of work that has to be done before you can really finish off here. Then we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords indicates you got to take it easy, man. The Four of Swords means you're committed to the cause. So whatever is going on, you're kind of done. It comes out of the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. And then the Four of Swords is, you kind of got to deal with it. And that's what's going on. In certain decks, the Four of Swords is a card of meditation. It's taking some time to reflect back upon what you've, whatever commitment or whatever has been happening. So the guy's I guess the guy's resigning himself to what's going on right now in the situation. So there's a little bit of work left, right? A little bit of work, but the deed is done and it's time to move forward. Four of Swords, it's time to make peace with whatever it is that you've done and move forward, or accept it anyways. And then we have the Two of Wands reversed. This is kind of the noose is tightening, man. The Two of Wands, here we go. Well, this guy is going to total ass jail, right? So, all right, here we go. Two of Wands. So, Two of Wands, usually decisions. It's the first decan of Aries. This is kind of one of the first cards. This is the first card, so to speak, astrologically, in astrology. So, the Two of Wands, it's the first decan of spring, first decan of Aries. Hence, there's like, whatever. So, here you go. So, you would think normally this card indicates a lot of opportunities, but this card's actually reversed right now. So he probably feels as if he doesn't really have any options right now, but he's probably trying to create them. Seriously. Two of Wands, taking some chances, but he knows he's hooped, man. Then we have the Six of Wands reversed. This guy, so the Six of Wands is committed, right? It's crossing the river. But the Swords, right, is boat, but the boat's not necessarily leaking, so to speak. The point of the Six of Swords is to make it across this river without the boat sinking, right? You got to try to make it across without, like, the guy's leaving, trying to make it through without sinking the ship. Like, that's the point. But this card's reversed, so he's probably doing whatever he can to sink this ship. But whatever it is, the die has already been cast, and the die has already been cast, and this guy is definitely playing it to the end here, whatever that may be. So I'm just telling you guys, one of the things is I didn't look to see if there were any things in the trial, whether he was going to get off on some kind of technicality or anything like that. This doesn't say anything like that. Let's say he's being disruptive, right? Like, and he doesn't see any other way. And that's what it is. This Six of Swords easily could have been right side up, like he's being quiet and going away without bugging anybody, but it's not. He's definitely disrupting the ship. And then finally, we have the Eight of Wands reversed. So again, there's more disruption going on. Eight of Wands is everybody, let's just get on with this. But we can't. The Eight of Wands, it would say everybody moving in the same direction. Let's get going. You see where the Five of Wands, it's behind everything. See the Five of Wands over here. Let's pull some of these cards back. The Five of Wands, it's everyone rushing around doing their own thing, right? The Five of Wands right here. Everyone, doing their own thing. The Eight of Wands, everyone's on board. Let's get going. Unfortunately, this Eight of Wands is reversed. So something is going on where everyone is not on board and a fuss is being kicked up. I don't know anything about this trial. I'm having fun with it. I kind of thought this reading was a little bit, for me, this reading was a little interesting. I thought it was interesting. And for the cards, though, it's kind of shining a different light on it. It looks like everybody wants to get going, but they can't. This is a funny reading. So because I know the guy, I think he's defending himself. And like that's why, another reason I was saying the Leo rising, he's trying to defend himself. He's always doing his own thing. The north node, the south node right here, the south node right here, it's, well, the south node's actually, see his north node right here, it's, this would be an indication, like it's actually in Cancer. And as a Leo rising, not me, if this guy's a Leo rising, this will indicate mental health problems. This over here indicates like he has sexual, as a Leo rising, he has mental health problems. He has sexual problems. He's very repressed sexually. He might have health problems as well, back problems, knee problems, possibly blood problems, whatever, man. So like, but that, depending, that's why I was saying that. But whatever. Maybe he's not. Doesn't matter. We don't know his birth time, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so here we go. And it doesn't really matter because, like, he's clearly got mental problems in other parts of his chart. But according to this, this indicates that, oh, I was saying that, oh, because he wants to represent himself, right? Anyways, whatever. So this, everybody wants to get on. The Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands, everybody wants to get on with things, but it's reversed and they can't. All right, that's the deal, guys. I hope everyone has a super amazing day. Hope everyone has a super amazing day. I hope everyone had a lot of fun. I'll put my psychic hat back on. Woo! Whatever, man. That's the action, guys. I guess I got to do the horoscopes for you guys. I'll probably do them tomorrow. Wishing everyone the absolute best of a super beautiful day. If you guys made it through that video, seriously, if you guys made it all the way through that video, then I give you a thumbs up. I give you 2 thumbs up crazy. Usually I watch my videos all the time, but I'm not watching this one. I'm not even going to edit it. I wish you guys the absolute best of a beautiful day. If you want your chart done, then you want a personal reading, hit the link. Otherwise, have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys soon. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the best of a super beautiful day. I was going to say even to the side, but whatever. Wish you guys the best. I'll talk to you guys soon.